Goodbye. I mean not goodbye to you, but goodbye to algae. That's what this video is about. The whys and hows of algae control in lakes and ponds. What causes algae and what others have done to get rid of them. This can matter to you if you have water in your garden or a pond on your property, or simply an interest in how lakes work. Algae, they connect to life's cycle in water. There's a pool of nutrients in the mud. Comes from algae and plants that sink to the bottom. Here they are eaten by microbes. When microbes digest them, they release nutrients into the water as salts. This process we call mineralization. The salts, they give life to a new generation of algae and plants that awakens next summer. So the plants, they feed on what died last year. From dust you came, to dust you shall return, and from dust you shall again be born. In water, it's from mud instead of dust. So whether life returns as algae or as plants, that's the question. Now I'll take you with me on a tour. We will look at some lake restorations here in Denmark to get rid of algae and get clear water. Lake Vaeng in Jutland is one of them. It received wastewater in the 1980s. The water was algae soup, clarity half a meter, and no water plants. First step was to stop wastewater pollution. Then we tried fish manipulation. That is, removing most of the fish. Fish eat Daphnia, and Daphnia eat algae. If you want to get rid of algae, you cannot have many fish. 4 tons of fish were caught. Then the Daphnia came. They ate the algae. The water cleared to 1.5 meters. Water plants also came. The lake filled with Canadian waterweed, top to bottom. But the algae came back, and so did the fish. Then a new fish manipulation, and the story repeated. Daphnia ate the algae, and plants came and cleared the water. The next case I'll show you is Kollelev Mose in Virum. It also was polluted by wastewater. The city has rebuilt the sewer, so now the wastewater goes around the lake. There are still some outlets that release wastewater during heavy rain when the sewer runs full. They are called overflows or relief discharge. Here's a picture of part of the lake after such an overflow. They also tried fish manipulation. 2 tons of carp fish were removed, and big perch were introduced. But the algae didn't care. Too much phosphorus in the water, and then comes algae. The city tried aluminium. It worked. Phosphorus in water dropped from 0.5 to 0.1 in milligrams per liter. But the algae remained. Then a new fish manipulation. Again, 2 tons of carp were removed. Now the Daphnia came. They ate the algae. Water cleared and plants came. They were hornwort and yellow water lily. Also in Kollelev, in the end it was plants that made algae go away and cleared the water. The third project I'll show you is Copenhagen inner lakes. They were polluted by wastewater back in the 1980s. Water was algae soup, clarity only half a meter, and no plants. First step was diverting all wastewater inflows away from the lakes. A treatment plant was built by the last inflow to clear the water before it entered inner lakes. Then they were ready for the next step, to clear the water and make algae go away. This was done by fish manipulation. 33 tons of carpfish were taken out of the lakes, leaving only 4 tons of fish. Pike were also introduced to keep carps down. Then the Daphnia came. They ate the algae and water cleared to segedip between 2 and 4 meters. Water plants were quick to take opportunity and start growing. The lakes filled with waterweed. They floated like carpets on the surface. Birds could walk on them, and you could not boat, and it smelled of rotten plants. So the city decided for a third step to take out plants. Here Denmark's wheat cotton boat cut the plants. 300 tons of plants, half a kilo per square meter of water every year. Over time, plant harvest took out most of the nutrient pool, so the lakes became nutrient poor. Now they are so clean, they have stonewort algae on the bottom. They only grow in the cleanest of lakes. So stonewort lakes in Copenhagen, who would have thought this possible? Pike also thrived. There are many, and they keep carpfish down, so Daphnia can keep algae in check. Every year a street fishing cup is held in St. Jørgens Lake. Every pike caught must be released again. I also use plants to keep algae away in my Crayfish Lake. I've had algae blooms and dead fish and dead crayfish, but then I added hornwort plants from a nearby village pond. Next summer they filled the whole lake. The water cleared like magic. I put on my diving gear and went down for an underwater picnic. You can find the story in my video, Plants Cleared My Water. So now you see, in all these cases, the story ends the same way. Plants take over. So my advice is simple. First, stop pollution if there are any, and then make sure you have plants in your water. If there are no more nutrients than plants can take up, then plants will keep algae away. They do so every time. So if you have a question or something you would like to share, please leave a comment. I'm always happy to learn something new. And thank you for watching.